Hi, welcome to Transformation Tuesdays. My name is Martin Webster and I've spent 3.5 years working at ESCO as a solution architect servicing hundreds and hundreds of our customers. But what we've been doing is visiting these customers and analysing some of their pre-press challenges that we face in our pre-press industry today. But more importantly, I've been in the pre-press and packaging industry for 20 plus years. So believe me guys, I can feel your pain when it comes to some of the topics that we're going to be going through in these Transformation Tuesdays. We're going to be addressing some of the topics and challenges all around pre-press, everything that happens within reprographics, proofing and approval. Narrowing down on some of these challenges, how we can address some of these challenges and finding some really cool solutions. For this topic of Transformation Tuesdays, we're going to be looking at how we can work with 3D and looking at 3D landscapes and how these can play to our advantage. But let's take a look at the landscape today. There's more and more people, customers, suppliers that have an online presence today. There's absolutely no one that is not online today. This is not going to decrease. Everyone is going to be more and more online. The number of people using phones and tablets and laptops is forever increasing. The number of people working within a phone, a tablet or laptop or ordering things from technology is on the increase, and that's not going to drop. But also we've got an increase in SKUs or pack changes or artwork to approve. Maybe online, maybe offline, but there's always an increase due to customer demand, due to customer choices. The increase in SKUs and the change in artwork is forever, ever demanding on our print industry. But also a good topic to talk about is special finishes. Special finishes when we come to press proofs. Special finishes when we come to print finishing. So we may be applying some hot foil stamping to our press proofs. We may be applying some special lacquer, some special varnish, some special cuts or fold angles to our press proofs towards our customers. This adds increased pressure to the people that are working towards creating these press proofs today. To summarise, the combination of increased pack proof or the increased SKUs, the special finishes, the increased pressure from brand or our creative departments means that we need to approve files faster, or we need to reduce those press proofs. Let's take a look today at some of these challenges in a little more detail. For example, PDFs for approval. Are we still sending out flat PDFs for our customers? How does the customer know what this looks like in a pack shop or a made-up 3D environment? Are our customers missing a trick, or are we missing a trick by not supplying customers with 3D files? We continuously send customers flat PDFs for approval. When we're talking about samples in our sample making departments, this can be folding carton, this can be label, or this can be can printing. When we're generating samples for our customers, are we still sending hard copy made up samples in the post? Are we still sending multiple samples to multiple stakeholders or multiple approvers? Who's keeping control of these samples to make sure they actually got to their destination? If the customer likes these samples or not, if there were any comments around these samples, who's collating all this information? When we're talking about quality, we can be talking about handing the structural file over to our pre-press department. How do we know that the pre-press guy is not creating a piece of text or a barcode that is going to end up upside down on our product or our finished pack? I've seen scenarios before where this only check is checked in our finishing department. So we get a folding finished box down to the finishing department, we fold it up, and lo and behold, the barcode is upside down. What happens? The work goes in the bin. So how are we checking the quality of our structural files? And again, when it comes to special finishes, and we're sending these pre-press or wet proofs out to our customers, you know, is there a need to get a generator, an expensive foil blocking die, or an expensive embossing die, or lots of lamination done on our pre-press wet proofs? Can we eliminate that by approving online with some of these special finishes? And when it comes to placement, which is a really big one for our brand and our marketing department, how do we know what our pack looks like. If it's a flat PDF for approval, how do we know what this looks like against our competition? How do we know what it looks like on the shelf against the leading brand if we want to chase this leading brand and be better? Just how do we know any of this information without going and delving into the world of 3D? But also, there's a lot of time wasted when it comes to these 5 topics in the world of 3D. So let's look now at how we can improve the time taken to create all these topics, or go through all these topics and improve the time taken. So we move over to this part of the board and we go through our 4-step scenario. First of all, let's talk about automating. How can we automate our PDFs for approval? Well, back in my day, we didn't. But with the new technology of today, and actually the technology I've implemented, we can automate a PDF for approval, but also we can automate a 3D PDF for approval. So we can start to show a flat PDF, but also what the finished product looks like straight into the browser of the customer, for example. How do we automate the placement of our product on the shelf in comparison with another leading brand, for example? You could go to a 3D landscape, a studio visualizer, or an in-store visualizer type tool that is on the market today that I've used, and we can actually place our product next to our leading brand product, and we can get the edge on the colors and the content and how that stands out in comparison to competition. So we can automate that part of the process. In fact, we can automate all this part of the process. We can automate the special finishes, how we illustrate that. We can automate the quality, so we can bring our CAD department together with our pre-press department, so we can make a real quality file. Instead of checking it on press or post-press, we can do a check within our pre-press department in 3D. Okay, how do we integrate? So that's the next step. We can integrate the PDF into the viewer towards our customers. So you can take your artwork file, you can generate an instant 3D PDF, and you can send that to a browser for customer approval. But that also integrates your customers into maybe the special finishing world. So with the software now that I've seen and implemented with many successful customers, we can start to automate some of these special finishes. So the special finishes around foil blocking, lamination, within the 3D world are fantastic. And these can be automated and integrated using automated software. But also if we go to the standardization bit, we know that our customers love the finishes that we're giving them online. So we can start to standardize those in a real automated way. We can start to standardize, hey, this particular customer likes these set of 3D PDFs. So that becomes that standard for that customer. Lights out automation is the way to go. But the one really important one to remember for 3D is collaboration. All these 3D PDFs for approval, special finishes, placement of the artwork or placement within the shelf against competition really makes us collaborate with our customers, and in turn gives us some stickiness for our customers. So if we can walk through a 3D environment, or our customers can walk through their own 3D environment using a store visualer type scenario, place their product on the shelf next to the competition, we've collaborated with that customer and it looks fantastic. Also, we can collaborate with 3D PDFs for approval. Also, we collaborate across departments, tying the structural department in with the pre-press department. So we're automating, we're integrating, we're standardizing, but more importantly for this one, we're collaborating with our cross-functional teams and with our customers. But the outcome of that, again, it puts the first step into a real safe environment. The customer knows and trusts the special finishes because online they're so much better quality nowadays. He knows that it's not in the post, it's online, it's instant. If we're automating and standardizing, then the customer and our internal processes and our departments are going to trust us more. It puts us in a safer environment. In turn, the automate, integrate, standardize and collaborate makes us much more efficient. How fast would it be if we didn't have to send samples out to a customer for approval, or multiple samples out to the customer? How fast would it be if we didn't have to apply special finishes to the physical wet proof? We just sent those out to a browser for approval because they're so much better quality these days. So we're much more efficient. We can turn approvals around in hours and not weeks. So that causes a number 3 effect. It causes to have lots and lots of trust with our customers. Our customers love the way that we're collaborating. Our customers love the way that we can show their product online, maybe in a store, against their competition. Instantly it builds trust with the customer. Instantly we can get feedback from the customer using a browser scenario. So they trust us. They trust us to do a really good job. And in turn, if we're supplying a better service to our customers, if we've got a safer environment to create all these scenarios, and we've got a more efficient environment and more automated environment, then we're going to turn a better profit at the end of the day for our customers. Let's not forget the fact that we need to get our product off the end of the press and to the shelf in a quicker amount of time. So the lead time must be really shortened. And there's only one way to do that, is to automate, integrate, standardize and collaborate. And in turn, it gives us a better profit margin. Thanks for taking the time to look at today's Transformation Tuesdays. Please feel free to drop into escrow.com for more information.